Good evening.
Okay, all right. I think everyone have joined. So yeah, we can discuss on like what we discussed in the last class. I think last we did a class, right? So anyone can say like, oh, we can have a discussion or recap on what we did in the last classes. Can anyone tell me?
Google Form.
Yes, we studied about Google Forms. Am I right? Did we study only about Google Forms? Anything else we did?
Computer parts.
We studied about computer parts. What else? Extra computer hardware. Google Forms, then we studied about Microsoft Forms. Okay. So two types of forms, Google Forms, Microsoft Forms. So what is the difference between Google Forms and Microsoft Forms? Yeah, what is the difference you all know between Google Forms and Microsoft Forms? Yes, guys.
Microsoft Form is like a script to send QR code.
Okay, you all don't know the difference. Google Forms is something like a basic form. Okay, where you can create forms, share it, and you can use it as an exam paper and all those things. If you go to Microsoft Form, it is bit advanced where you can create like QR codes from it. Then you can do lots of things like you can set timing for that. You can do lots of things. The same thing you can do in Google Forms, but you have to use third-party apps. Clear? And then we discussed about, okay, we discussed about computers. Okay, so what are the classification of computers? Can you all tell me? Okay, someone has said, could you please teach us about advanced part in MS Word and Excel? So actually, this course it is not designed for advanced options. Okay, so we do only the basic things, and then we stop from there. So I told you at the beginning of the class, in this we'll be learning only about the basics, since it is a certificate program. Okay. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, these are the classification of computers. So we have two types of classification. One is according to the size, the next one is according to the technology. So if you take according to the size, we have supercomputers, mainframe, mini, and micro. So then we talked about what are supercomputers, where it is mostly used by, okay, and the size of it, okay, and it should be inside a cooling room. Okay, definitely they put like they put it in a separate room and they have air conditions for this. So we discussed all this, right, in the last class, did we?
Yes, sir.
Then next we talked about mainframe computers, okay, then my mini computers, microcomputers, and based on the technology. So we have analog, digital. What do you mean by hybrid computers?
Analog plus digital.
Analog plus digital, right? Both of them together. Like they use the uh, analog technology and digital screening technology. So these two they use it. Okay, so they use those two. So then you might have seen this kind of analog computers when you're watching movies and all. Usually you can see these kind of things in airports. Okay. Airports in the sense like the very front office where they receive flight signals and all those kind of things, and traffic department. So they have all these kind of things. Okay. And then we have digital computers and hybrid computers. And then I was talking about the elements that are needed for a successful computer. So what are the three elements we need for a successful computer running? To run a computer successfully, what are the three things we need?
Hardware, software, liveware.
Live, yeah. Okay. So hardware in the sense we need all the parts and everything in order to have a proper computer. And then software means at least we need the operating system. Okay, like Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows, whatever the operating system, in order to run a computer. So if we have hardware and software, will the computer work in its own? Will it work on its own?
No.
No. So definitely we need a live wire. Live wire means a human or like any like a human who is at least setting up the computer or using it to give inputs. Then only according to that the computer can work. Okay, so those are the three main elements for a successful compute operation we need. Okay, so we didn't talk about these things. Okay, told you I'll do it later. So you can see software, it can be divided into two. One is system software, then the other one is application software. Okay, so system software can be divided into two. One is operating system, then the programming languages. Okay, programming languages are not just languages, they are also another software, kind of software. Okay, so operating system, Windows 7, Ubuntu, Mac OS, Windows 8, 10. Now we have Windows 11. Okay, so those kind of Windows. So Ubuntu is a open source software where you will find Linux, Ubuntu, Kali Linux, those kind of software, operating systems. Okay, Mac OS is Macintosh operating system, which is specially used in Mac computers or Apple computers. They have their own operating system called as Mac. Okay, or we call it as Macintosh operating system. Okay. And then programming languages, there are plenty of programming languages like Python, PHP, C Sharp, Java, Visual Basic, C++, and there are lots of programming languages where you will use in order to create softwares, programs, applications, anything. Okay. Then application software, you have two things. One is general purpose, then the special purpose. General purpose are the like softwares we use for Microsoft Word, Photoshop, Google Chrome, Notepad, and then Lightroom, any kind of software that we use to do something like PowerPoint, like to create some sort of documents. Generally, we use for some certain purpose. Then special purpose like accounting softwares, diagnostic utilities, like we have defragment to clean up the computer, to fix the hardware. So those kind of special softwares we have. So those comes under application software. The operating systems, you all know, the final one that we have is Windows 11 and 10, 8.1, 8.7. Then we have Windows Server, which is specially used in server computers. Okay. Then, like before that, we have Windows XP, Windows DOS. Okay. So you have those kind of things, Windows 98, Windows Me, Windows Vista. So those kind of operating, but these are the famous and mostly used ones. Okay. Then if you take Apple computers, they name their operating systems like Cheetah, Puma, Jaguar, Panther, Tiger, Leopard, Snow Leopard, Lion, Mountain. So they usually name it is in cat family, but after that they changed. You know what? Like recently now they just changed into different ones. Okay. So what is the brain of the computer?
CPU.
CPU, right?
C.
Central processing
Mhm.
unit, like our brain. So what are the things? Okay, not in a theoretical way. On I'm just generally asking what does our brain function, or what are the functions our brain performs? What are those? You all don't know what our brain functions? Now our hand, eyes, mouth, legs, all these movements and everything is initiated from which place?
Brain.
From our brain, right? Now, if you want to move our leg, the signal is going from our brain. Understood? Then all the memories and everything that are stored in which place?
Brain.
Brain. So our brain has does all the functions in our body. Okay, especially same like that. If you take our computer, the CPU does everything. Okay, the CPU does everything. So this think that this is our CPU, central processing unit. So it has three parts: registers, arithmetic and logical unit, control unit. Three parts. Okay, that is included inside a CPU. Then the devices are directly connected to the control unit. You can see output devices, input devices. Okay, the main memory, the secondary memory. Okay, then the registers and arithmetical logical unit is done. So your control unit is the place where it tells, okay, for this use the output device, for this use the input device, for this use the secondary memory, for this use the main memory. So the control unit is the person who controls everything. Okay, who controls everything. Okay, then arithmetical and logical unit, they do the mathematical calculations and everything, like with logic and everything they work. Then registers is a small memory or temporary memory where it stores all the things that is needed for the arithmetical logical units, calculations and everything, small settings and all those are saved in the registers. Okay, you can see. So the arithmetical logical unit sends some outputs to registers, then it sends to main memory. So then from there, is it for output? Okay, it will send it for output devices. Or if it is needed for a permanent storage, it will send it for secondary memory. Now, if you are taking anything, any saved details from secondary memory, it will be given to main memory, it will be given to registers, then it will be given to arithmetical logical unit. So this is the data flow, you can see. So you input something to the main memory, okay, it goes to the registers, arithmetical logical unit, then it comes back, it goes to registers here and goes here, output device. And if it needs to be saved permanently, it will go to the secondary memory, like for your computer's hard disk. So this is just a simple idea. You might have seen this diagram in your O-level book, I think. Okay, the same diagram. So you can see this is the function data and instruction flow, commands and control. So this is not only data, like if you give any instructions to the computer, how does it flow? How does it goes flows through your play? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then we spoke with or we are like we have some idea about. I told you all about input devices, right, in the last class.
Yes.
Okay. So the input devices we spoke about it. Then the output devices. Okay. So we spoke about computer memory as well, right? And I told you all about this, right? Computer ports. Did I tell about this or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we spoke about the ports as well. Okay, so that is what we have in all these things. Okay, so what do you all know about network?
Network is something like it's getting the IP address.
Okay, something. Yeah, we have IP address related things. Okay, I'm just generally asking, what do you mean by network? Not related about computer, just network means what do they mean? Yeah, source of communication. Very good. So where there are a group of people or anything, we call it as a network. Okay. So when there's connection between many people, they call it as network. Okay. If you have a group members in different places, we call it as a that group's network. Okay. Same like that, network means grouping things together. Okay. Or same like a communication medium. So just see here, when two or more computers are connected by a communication medium, it can be wired or wireless. Okay, we have two type of medium. To share hardware, software resources is known as network. So it can be anything to share files, like printers, ideas, anything. Okay. So the advantages of computers are like you can share files, share hardwares. Okay. You can use it for communication, and then you have a roaming profile. Like even you go abroad, you can still have the same network with people. Okay. But the disadvantages are like reliance. That means you have to rely on the network. When you start using it, you have to rely on that. Okay. Then expensive hardware to set it up. Sometimes it will cost you more, or it costs some at least some amount. Okay. So risk of viruses and hacking. So there are chances like we can lose all the files by like some viruses, or someone can, unauthorized person can enter a network and make it a mess. Okay, there are chances. So when we are going for advanced networking, we need a special person to maintain that. Okay, we need to hire a special person or who knows about networking and everything. Okay, so those are the just general advantages and disadvantages. Okay. So we have types of network: LAN, MAN, and WAN. Okay, LAN means local area network. It should be network. It should be okay. Metropolitan area network, wide like WAN, wide area network. Okay, so it has different use. The same thing. Okay, LAN means it's a local area. When you set up a network within a room or within a single building. Okay, so you use LAN. Okay, within a single office, a singles building. Okay, then we use what? LAN. So metropolitan area, we use it when we have like different buildings or different branches. Okay. Okay. So different branches and different offices. Okay. So then we use MAN. So wide area network means WAN, which is like internet, okay, where it goes like beyond countries, beyond cities, those kind of things. Okay, so just we'll see what are the nodes we have. Okay, a local area network is a group of computers connected together within a small geographic area within a building. Okay, it can be within a building, within a room, so you can use local area network. Now the network that they use inside your school, or if you're going for a college, university, or whatever, now inside the computer lab and all the labs in IT college, so they use local area network if it is in the same building. Okay, if it is in the same building, these computers can share any resources within the LAN, like printer, scanner, files, and folders. Now the advantage of having this is, now let's say you have only one printer. Okay, or else you have only one scanner, and like rather than getting many internet connections, you have one internet connection and you can share it with all the computers that is available in the network. Understood, right? You can share all like we'll say one printer can be accessed by all the computers. Okay, clear? The man metropolitan area network covers a large geographic area such as a state or province. It connects multiple lands together. When we have different, we want to connect different buildings, which is network, and we have to connect everything together. Okay, so we have different like branches in the same area, so we want to connect it. So then we will be using the metropolitan area network, which is called as MAN. Okay, usually used in organization that has multiple branches or especially in like government organizations, because they will have different offices, but all the files should be accessed in one place. You understand? So those kind of things. Then WAN covers a large geographic area such as state, province, or even countries. Best example for that is the internet. Okay. WANs often connect multiple smaller networks such as local area networks or metro area networks. So it merges all these networks into one and we can connect it. So then you use this wide area connection. Okay. Any doubts in this? You all have.
No, sir.
All right, okay. So let's see what are the devices that is related to network. Okay. The important one is switch or hub. Okay. A network switch is a computer networking device that connects devices together on a computer network by using packet switching to receive, process, and forward data to destination device. I will say using, if you have a switch like this, you connect all the computers, see, to all these ports. Okay, you connect the computer and then you connect your router or modem or whatever, okay, to this, and then you connect a printer, you connect a server. So all these three devices can be accessed by this computer which is connected to this switch. Okay, so you can, it will come here and it will change the port, you use the printer. So the input will come, the output will come here, and you can see like this. Understood? Then the internet is connected to the switch and it is shared with all the computers. Understood?
Sir.
Then we have network topologies. In computer networking, topology refers to the physical arrangement or design of the connected devices, computer switches, and routers. Now, when you are connecting computers or when you are going to do this network, we need to design, okay, or we need a plan, okay. Actually, like building a house and all those things, we have some certain designs for network as well. There are lots of network designs, but I have choose only the most famous one, or which is mostly talked about and which is mostly used. Okay. So if you take, they call it as bus topology, ring topology, star topology, and mesh topologies. Okay. Okay. These topologies or network topologies are usually called the arrangement and the design. Okay. How you are going to arrange the computers when you are going to do the network, how you are going to connect the devices. So all these things are understood or planned through this network topologies. Okay. For example, bus. Okay, bus topology will be like this. Similar like a bus. Like when passengers are sitting in side by sides, you can see here 3 seaters, 2 seaters, 3 seaters, 2 seaters, like that. Okay. So we'll have you can see it will have a backbone cable. That means a main cable, and all the computers and other devices will be connected to that main cable. Okay, this is bus. In the ring topology, it will look like a ring like this, and all the computers, switch, modems, and everything will be set up like this, a circle, a ring. Then we have star topology, where in middle we will have the switch, and then switch or hub or whatever. Then all the other things, connected devices will be connected into a like this. Okay. Then we have extended star, hierarchical, and mesh. So mesh will be connected, like each and every devices will be connected. See, if this is a computer, so all the other devices are connected. If you take this like this, okay. So bus topology need to use a backbone cable with a terminator at each end. All the computers are connected to the backbone cable. So you can see PC, desktop PC, printer server, PC, then file server, Mac computer, everything is connected to this backbone cable. So the advantages we have is adding a new computer is easy. You can just easily add a new computer. Cable cost is very less. The disadvantage is if the backbone cable is broken, entire network will be shut down. Let's say something happens in this cable, okay? Or a rat comes and bites this, or it damages, or whatever happens, the entire network will not be accessible. It will not work. Okay, you can't access the files that is saved in this computer, in the file server, in this, you can't access the printer, you can't do anything. You can use only the individual computers, but you can't use the network. Okay, and can't use in a large building. So for a large building, it will not be successful. Okay, so if you take the next one, the star topology, in star topology, the network computers are linked to a piece of hardware called a hub or switch. So you can see the hub or switch will be in the center, then all the computers will be connected to that. Okay, connected to that hub or switch. So the advantages, it is easy to modify and add new computers without disturbing the rest of the network. The center of the star is a good place to diagnose the faults. Single computer failure does not affect the entire network. So you can see if this computer goes out or wrong, still the network will be working. Okay, still the network will be working. If there is something wrong in the network, it is easy because you know the network part is here in the center. So you can easily find where the fault is. Okay, which computer is not working, which computer's cable is not working. So you can easily identify. The disadvantage is if the central device fails, the whole network will shut down. If this doesn't work, okay, then the entire network is out. Okay. Then star networking is expensive because all network cables must be pulled to one central point, requires more cable than other network topologies. Now, when you arrange a star topology, all the computers should be wired to the PM. Okay. So that's about star topology. Then we have mesh topology. Messages sent to a mesh network can take any of several possible paths from source to destination. So why it is called as meshes, you can see. Now this computer is connected to this, everything. It is connected to everything. Okay. So you take this server or the scanner and the printer, it is connected to the file server. Okay. So that file server is connected to all the computers. See this way here. Okay. So down here, down here. So it is connected to all the computers in all the places. So if you send some message or if you want to access something from a place, it can take any path. It can take any path. Understood? Can take any path because each and every computer is connected, right? And another advantage is we'll say one computer goes out. Okay. Still the network will work because why? Each and every devices is connected. Understood? So provides fault tolerance by having separate cables for each connection, allowing any one cable to break without interfering the rest of the network. So even if one goes out, all the other computers will still work because why? Because everyone is connected in every parts. Mesh topology can get very expensive. Why it is very expensive is because why? If you put a new computer here, it has to be connected with all the devices. It has to be connected with all the devices. Every time add a client to a mesh network, have to run cables to each of the other devices. Okay. Difficult to troubleshoot. So if something goes wrong, it's very hard to find where and everything. Need more than one NIC multi-support NIC. NIC means network interface card. Every computer will come with only one network interface card, or we call it as internet port or Ethernet port. We say it as that, we call it as network interface card, where if you check in your laptops or computer, you'll have one where you can use the cable from the router to your computer where the internet will be there. Okay, or your computer. So if you are using a mesh topology, since you have to connect it to the multiple devices, so you have to go for a network interface card which has multiple ports. Okay, well, say 5 devices are connected means you need five, in a network interface port, you need 5 ports for that. Ring topology, so you can see there is a ring like this. Every computer or devices have two neighbors for communication. In a ring network, all the communication messages travel in the same direction, whether clockwise or anti-clockwise. If you send some, if you want to access or if you are sending some file from here, either it will go like this, passing this here. It will go here, passing this here, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Okay. So you all know what is the disadvantage. Like by discussing all, what is the disadvantage here? What do you think? What do you think the disadvantage is?
If the main cable is broken, the all computers will be not working.
Of course, if one computer is out, okay, it is hard for you all to access the network. Each computer has equal access, high-speed data transfer. Failure of one computer on the ring can affect the whole network. Adding a new computer will disturb the entire network. Now we'll say you want to put a new computer in between here. How hard it is. You understand? You have to do everything again. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then a communication medium, we have two mediums. One is wired and wireless. Wireless means you all know without wire you connect. So if you are connecting it with wired, there are 3 types of wires or 3 types of cables. Twisted pair, coaxial and fiber optic. Okay, if you take twisted pair, it will be like this. So we have unshielded twisted pair and shielded twisted pair. Okay, so where in shielded you will have like this silver like thing, it is wrapped in between the wires. They will be like this, twisted by pairs. See, two. Totally we have 8 cables. So all the 8 cables are twisted together, 2 by 2. Okay, so unshielded twisted pair is speed 10 to 1000 megabytes per second. Least expensive, maximum cable length is 100 meters. Install using a registered jack 45 RJ45 connector. That means to this like end and the other end of the wire, they will connect the RJ45 connector. Okay. Then only you can connect it to the computers. So shielded twisted pair speed and throughput 10 to 100 megabytes per second. Expensive than untwisted pair. Maximum cable length is 100 meters. Install using. So the difference, only for the difference, they are like the speed, okay, the speed and how it is and all. Okay, then you have coaxial cable. You might have seen this. Okay, if you have TVs at your home, old TVs, not the new ones, not the smart TVs and all, the old TVs, and if you have used the antenna. Okay, if you take the antenna, it will be connected to your computer with sorry, it will be connected to your TV. The antenna will be connected to your TV using this cable. Okay, so this is called as coaxial. So here you can see for the thin net and thick net. In that also there are two types. One is thin net, another one is thick net. So the difference is here we have speed is 4 to 100 megabytes. The speed is same. Expensive than twisted pair. Expensive than twisted pair and thin net. It is expensive than this and that. Okay. Maximum cable length is 185 meters and here 500 meters. Install using a BNC connector. Install using a BNC connector. BNC connector means you might have seen when you are connecting your TV and all, you might have seen this kind of cables. See, TV with a antenna, you might have seen the cable will come and get connected to this place, and then this will act as a connector. Okay, and then we have fiber optic, which is largely getting used now. Okay, which is largely getting used now. You might have seen in Sri Lanka, like SLT, everyone are now using this fiber optic. Okay, so it has two things, single mode and multi mode. Okay, so the difference speed of the cable is 1 gigabytes per second. That means 1 GB per second. The transfer speed, very expensive. Okay, maximum cable length is 50 kilometers. Okay, multi-mode is 1 gigabytes per second, very expensive, less expensive than single mode. Maximum cable length is 2 kilometers. Okay, the why it is so speed is, okay, it used light to transfer data. You understand? It is used with light. Okay, it transfers light through the cable, so that's how the data is transferred. So that's it, it's very speed than the other cables. Okay, so here you can see this is how they will connect. They'll take all the cables, put it to the RJ45 cable here, or the RJ45 connector here, then it can be used as a network. Okay, so yes, do you all have any doubts in this? Any doubts, anything related to this? If you have any doubts or questions, you all can ask me. Do you all have anything?
Yeah, we can do a presentation in our mobile phone.
You can do it, no worries.
Okay,
You can
sir.
download the PowerPoint software and you can do, or you can use online office, WPS office, whatever, and you can do your presentation.
Sir, is that we want to put our name in presentation?
Yeah, like how you have to do a proper presentation. In the title slide, you should have your name, your badge, and the title of the presentation, then the content slide, then all the things, then finally the conclusion, reference, summary, and thank you slide, any question slide, everything should be there.
Okay, sir.
If any others has any doubts? Yeah, the exam will be on upcoming week. Okay.
Mostly Sunday, no sir,
Yeah,
exams.
mostly I'll plan it on Sunday. Okay. Or if I can, next Sunday or week after next, we'll have the class. It will be a combined exam. You and there will be another batch. Okay. So everyone will be in the exams. Okay. So make sure be prepared with everything. Okay. MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and the uh, presentation. Okay, which whatever the topics you all choose, and some questions from the hardware part, so you will have those things
So
included as well. Yeah, tell me.
in the presentation, we should put same slide for everything, right?
Yes, design should be the same for all from the starting to the ending.
Okay, sir.
And then ඊළඟ සතිය නැත්තම් ඒකට පස්සේ එන සතිය අපි එක්සෑම් එක තියෙනවා like ඒක ඇවිල්ලා combined exam එකක්. දැන් ඒ කියන්නේ ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ batch and තව batch එකක් තියෙන ඒගොල්ලන්ටත් මම මේ syllabus එක ඉවර කරනවා. ඒ නිසා ඕගොල්ලන් අර combined විදියට තමයි exam එක face කරන්නේ. exam එකට කලින් MS Word, PowerPoint, Excel මේකේ අපි මොනවද ඉගෙන ගත්තේ, මොනවද options තිබේ, ඒවා ටික ඔක්කොම පොඩ්ඩක් ආයෙ බලන්න. අනික දැන් මම presentation topics ටිකක් share කරා. ඒකෙදි ඕගොල්ලන් ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් ටොපික් එකක් සිලෙක්ට් කරලා තිබ්බොත් නැත්නම් ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ මොන හරි ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකක් තියෙනවා නම් ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයාලන්ට කැමති ටොපික් එකක් තියෙනවා නම් ඒක තියලා මේ ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එක කරලා තියාගන්න එක්සෑම් දවසේ අප්ලෝඩ් කරන්න අපිට ඒක ඕනයි. අනික දැන් ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එක කරනකොට දැන් අපි ක්ලාස් එකේදී හරි ක්‍රමේ මෙහෙම තමයි ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එක කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා අපි බැලුවනේ. ඒ විදිහටම කරලා තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ ටයිටල් ස්ලයිඩ් එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ, කන්ටෙන්ට් ස්ලයිඩ් එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒ වගේ අර දැන් ෆොන්ට්ස්, සයිසස්, කලර්ස් ආය දැන් අන්තිම ස්ලයිඩ් එකේදී questions ආය ඒකට කලින් conclusion, reference ඒවා ඔක්කොම තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒ විදිහට කරලා තියාගන්න. එක්සෑම්ස් දවසේ මේ ක්ලාස් එකේ මේකට කලින් ක්ලාස් එකේ හાર્ඩ්වෙයාර් එකේ කවර් කරපු ටිකකුත් මම නිකන් ටිකක් ඒකෙත් මම ටිකක් questions ගන්නවා ආයේ presentations topic ටිකද උනේ ආයේ විනාඩියක් දෙන්න presentation topics these are the topics you can choose topics from this or else මේකේ තියෙන topics එකක් ගන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඕගොල්ලන්ට කැමති topic එකක් තියනවා නම් ඒක තියලා කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. මට ඒක ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ. දැන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට topic idea මොනවාත් ආවේ නැත්නම් මේකේ ඉඳලා මොනවා හරි topic එකක් choose කරලා ඕගොල්ලන්ට කරන්න පුළුවන්. මොනවා හරි එකක්. next Sunday එහෙම නැත්නම් ඒකට පස්සේ එන Sunday. ඊළඟ සතිය දැන් ඊළඟ සතිය නෙවෙයි ඒකට පස්සේ එන සතිය නැත්නම් ඊළඟ සතිය මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කියන්නම් කොහොමද කවදද එක්සෑම් එක තියෙන්නේ මොනවද කියලා කොහොමද කියලා. Okay, any other doubts you all have?
No, sir.
Okay then, so thank you very much guys for joining the session. So then we'll meet on the exams. Until then, everyone take care, bye, stay safe and study well.
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Bye everyone, have a good night.